Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We are in the Dark Ages badly right now on both Global and JP. I mean, we could even say more so Global. I mean, some people will probably be excited that World Tournament is delayed, but it still means Global has essentially almost no content whatsoever for an entire week. JP is not exactly much better. All we had was the STR LR Prime Battle Kid Gohan EZA, who, I mean, he's okay-ish, I guess, in, like, a specific scenario. Very minimal content this week. Now, I would, again, preface this by saying, I expected this. I've been telling people to expect this for a while now. November, you know, kind of like the in-between weeks of November, and usually later October, are kind of like this, right? Like, we're kind of in, like, the off-season or the cool season, I don't know, whatever you want to say. That's why it's so weird that Global, they have their thank you celebration, and every year it's, like, actually not, like, jam-packed with events, right? Like, it's not exactly, because for Global, it's, like, a bastardized version. Like, they pull stuff from Golden Week at times, they pull stuff from Tanabata at times, like, it's always just a mess. That's why the sync is just going to be so good. So, what we have here is this right here. So Global postponed the 46th World Tournament. So the 46th World Tournament and certain other events that were listed in the announcement have been postponed. Now, the events it's talking about specifically, this is just all, like, these things right here just always come with the World Tournament. I don't know about the rabbit mob thing and the Kid Goku, like, what is that? That's the first anniversary event. No, and then a second anniversary event as well. It's first anniversary event, and then it was updated during the second anniversary. But, like, those show up all the time, but these always come with a World Tournament. So these events being postponed, again, that's just tied to the World Tournament. So I'm not super sure why they postponed this. I mean, I don't think there's too much, like the sync and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Global is only one World Tournament behind anyway. I really don't think it would be the biggest deal, you know, as we would approach when the sync is going to happen, if Global gets a World Tournament and then, like, a couple weeks later they get another World Tournament, right? Because, remember, along with new characters that need to come out, you know, Super Trunks is a summon, LR Ribrian, 17 and 18, you know, the Gohan and Piccolo, like, all these summonable characters need to come out. That's the easy part, because they could just slop them all in one banner, right? With, like, tickets, discounts, step-ups. We've seen other gacha games do this, so it's not like a pipe dream, like, it's a realistic option. Just the way I've been saying that global syncing for years has been a realistic option, and each version could celebrate each version's anniversary, which is probably what's going to happen. I would imagine, you know, Global and JP will, you know, celebrate the JP anniversary, and then even on JP, it'll probably talk about the international version anniversary in July. Like, we're going to see that, I'm sure. All right. So, all of these events are postponed, and Global players get 1 stone as an apology. Now, let me take a look at what this is. So, an issue is found when adding certain characters to your team and engaging in battles. Activating certain skills will cause the game to shut down. I have not seen anything about this, so I'm not really too sure, because shouldn't this just be the same update that JP had? Not the current one, but the previous one. We had a World Tournament under this update. So I actually don't really know, you know, what this is. And again, when there's an issue, like, people flood my mentions and DMs and stuff like that with the issue, right? Like, when using items would, you know, break Global. Remember when, you know, finishing the fight in giant form. Like, for me to have not heard about this, like, I don't know, maybe I just have my head in the sand right now or something, but I haven't even heard about this, so I'm not really too sure. Right? Like, right now on JP currently, there is, like, a crash problem. If you go to the home screen and then too quickly click something, the game will crash. But that's the current JP update. That's not out on Global. And that wouldn't even interfere with World Tournament or anything like that. So it's a little bit weird. Now, we have had sort of a similar-ish issue in the past. So this is my video from 2017, December of 2017. I remember this very well, December of 2017. So, what we have here is a world tournament actually started. By the way, Koala-san. I remember, yeah, this is the pre-Gresh days right here. So, what happened is a world tournament actually started, and it was only up for a little while, right? Like this world tournament, maybe like 4 hours or so. And then there's an issue where people that had more than 15 million points couldn't play the world tournament anymore. So everyone got those right there. The 20 stones, the tickets, a bunch of items, stuff like that. Remember, this is 2017, by the way. So 20 stones back then is way more than, 20 stones right now. Let's just go ahead and players that obtain more than 15 will get 30 stones. And then the craziest thing was that a second, like people got 2 world tournament rewards, right? Like, so again, the world tournament was on for several hours, 4 or 5 hours, something like that. And if you grinded the world tournament in that time, whatever your rewards, like your ranking was, you got ranking rewards. Then they brought the world tournament back after it was fixed. Maybe it was like 2 weeks later or something like that. And we were able to get rewards again. Funny enough, so this is December 8th of 2017. At the end of this, I believe this is the last time I had pulled LR Piccolo. We're talking, until like, what was that, the middle of 2021? Like, it was crazy. I went on that huge, long LR Piccolo drought. So we have seen something like this before. Again, this actually could have ended up being a better thing for Global if what they had done was, like, imagine if the World Tournament started, you guys would have been able to get some, points, missions, like, rewards, and then, like, the World Tournament's canceled and then brought back 2 weeks later. Like, that shit is crazy. So, there we go. Again, I just wanted to bring this back up, that we have seen something like this before, right? Where we've had, like, a major issue. So, it's not really what I would consider, like, an unprecedented situation right here. But still, just kind of mysterious, right? I don't know. I mean, I assume it's related to this, but I have not heard of this. Maybe you guys will comment that I'm an idiot and it's, like, a very common thing right now. Perhaps. Maybe so. Okay, so, wait, what's this? Oh, yeah, this is the updated celebration info where they just remove stuff. Look how pathetic this is now. It's nothing. It's so weird. Okay, I mean, it's fine. Heroes is in a couple of days. Like, the Hero Celebration starts on the 21st, so we're days away from that anyway. Okay, so let's look at this data download. This is very interesting here. So, a data download happens November 17th, 2023. Postponed the World Tournament, all related cards, missions, and titles. Actually, wait, let me double check the schedule. So they set them for a year from now. Okay. Just kind of like a placeholder date. They put them a year from now. I would imagine this World Tournament will actually be played sometime within the next 2 weeks or so. I don't think that this is legitimately going to be a year from now. Right? Like, definitely not, right? And then, now this is interesting. Updated battle assets for Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. Now, I saw Proton. I don't know if he clarified it here. Oh, yeah, right. For anyone wondering about JP's current battle sprites for this character, the same ones that Global had before. So, what Dokkan did right here is they updated Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. Now, if people are wondering what this character is, this is a character that not a lot of people would have used at all. Because previously, this was only a TUR and an SSR. This is the TUR and the SSR for the Evolution Blue Vegeta and Blue Kaioken Goku, right? So let's just go all the way down here. Now, go ahead and scroll down for me. Okay, so this character right here. This character, by the way, is coming up on their EZA, right? And then it's these units. These are the characters, these two specifically, that just had their assets updated. Now, for them to do this is meaningful. we've seen Dokkan do stuff like this with like Videl characters. You know who I'm thinking of is Ribrianne. They updated Ribrianne, and then they used the new updated Ribrianne sprites for the LR Ribrianne. But if I'm not mistaken, they updated Ribrianne. We're talking like, it was like the data download that added the Metal Cooler Core boss fight in. And then, you know, LR Ribrianne came out a full year later. So people, I think, are going to see this and expect Blue Goku and Vegeta. I don't think that this is related to their EZA, by the way. I don't think so, because the major LR, because again, this isn't that character. Like, this character has a different sprite than the TUR and SSR. So it's not related to their LR EZA. This is that these assets are going to be used in an upcoming unit at some point, I would say, over the next year. So, like, this is meaningful. Again, I would say this does point to a new character coming out, but we're talking about a new character coming out, and it could, you know, could be as far as a year away or something like that. It would not surprise me. I think them dropping a blue Goku and Vegeta right here from the Tournament of Power could be a good idea, right? I know that they would overlap with this one, but again, there's numerous categories that, you know, you could use them on and stuff like that. I still think a same name linking update is a potential thing that we could see at some point, right? But like a blue Goku and blue Vegeta from the Tournament of Power to buff, you know, tournament participants in these categories, I think would be a really good idea, right? Imagine this character, right, gets a monster EZA, which I currently am expecting. Dokkan Fest LRs have gotten very strong EZAs. So this character gets a monster LR EZA, and then they release like a new Dokkan Fest with this right here. Like this version becomes a Dokkan Fest. I think that could be just so sick. Like, I think that's really cool. So, again, we'll probably see this within the next year or so. Another good example of like, kind of like where there's smoke, there's fire type thing. Chain Battle. Remember, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan had a new sprite against Bojack? Or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan had a new sprite for the Chain Battle, and then his LR came out 2 weeks later. Remember, Vegeta and Nappa had a new sprite for the Chain Battle as part of the 8th anniversary. And it's like, oh, damn, we could see this character show up soon. And then they did come, but it was, you know, 2 weeks ago. So they were, what, like 8 months later, 9 months later? So that's what I'm saying. We're going to see this manifest itself in a new unit sometime over the next year. So let me know what you guys think of the info here. We got, you know, again, the fact that this is going to be a new character coming. Again, doesn't necessarily mean soon, but at some point. World Tournament was postponed as well, which certainly, you know, could be fun, but, you know, there's a lot of stones and rewards global players could have gotten from this. So at the same time, it is, you know, a bit of a bummer that it gets delayed, I would say. You know, it is still content and stuff to do, but, and it's postponed, but we're going to see this shit show up in like 2 weeks or something like that, right? Like, it's not going to get postponed for 60 years. So let me know what you guys think of everything, and I'll catch y'all next time.